Tigers baseball on Fox Sports Detroit is presented by Bell Tire. It is another gorgeous night for baseball here in the Motor City. The Tigers homestand continues. We welcome you to Comerica Park in downtown Detroit. The Jays are in town. Game one in this three-game series featuring Toronto and the Tigers. Hi again, everyone, and welcome to Tigers Baseball. Mario and Pemba alongside Rod Allen. Glad to have you with us here for game one in this series. The Tigers coming off a three-game sweep at the hands of the Pittsburgh Pirates. So we kind of knew coming to the ballpark today, Rod, there might be some changes for this team, and there certainly were. The Tigers made some changes to their bullpen. Jabba Chamberlain no longer with the club. Tom Gorzolani no longer with the club. Just kind of the tip of the iceberg.
Well, Chamberlain and Gorzolani just were not getting it done at this level, and if you're going to play meaningful games in September, you got to have better help out of your bullpen. Avila is back off the DL. Yoenis Cespedes also batting second here today. We'll talk about that a little bit more as we get into the broadcast.
All right, it'll be a challenge tonight for the Tigers staff. There's no doubt about that. The Blue Jays come to town. They have scored more runs than anybody in baseball. They are a stiff challenge.
Their 2, 3, 4 are three of the best in all of baseball. Donaldson, Bautista, Encarnacion, all hit home runs. All have driven in more than 50 runs.
All right, we'll see what happens here tonight. Tigers trying to get back to their winning ways after a short break. We go back to the Call Sam Studios, check in with Matt Shepard. But coming up in this one here tonight, the Tigers hoping that J.D. Martinez keeps the hot bat going. 8 home runs in his last 9 games. Tigers, Jays, next. Tigers getting set to face the Blue Jays. Sanchez presented by Family Heating, Cooling, and Electrical. He's been really good in his last 4.
And the Tigers have won all 4 of his last 4 starts, and he is 3-0 with an outstanding earned run average. The fastball has great command. The breaking ball has been sharp. It's been very, very good. But the key for him today against a dangerous Blue Jays lineup, especially a lot of pull hitters that bat right-handed, he must use that fastball and breaking ball away from them and keep them off balance if he's going to have success today.
Well, the Tigers trying to shake off the effects of the sweep at the hands of the Pirates, and we are ready for baseball tonight. The Jays are in town with their vaunted offense, and the first pitch is outside, 1-0. Jose Reyes will lead it off for the Blue Jays, batting .272. On base percentage, though, very low this year, just over 300. Sanchez with the 1-0. It's low, 2-0 the count. Reyes 4 home runs this season. He's knocked in 27. Here's the 2-0 offering, and he'll take a strike 2-1.
Reyes is the guy that Sanchez must go after because the next 3 hitters are very dangerous. They drive in lots of runs, so you don't want to be preoccupied with him on first base because he can steal some bags.
Reyes bounces one foul down the first base line. Toronto is still in the thick of things in the American League East. They come in 1 game back.
That division is all bunched up.
Yeah, top to bottom, they're separated by 6 games. John Gibbons has his team right there in his 8th season and 2nd stint as the Jays manager. Now the 2-2. Ripped foul down the right field line. Reyes, a dynamic player, getting up there in age, though. He's not quite as dynamic as he was early in his days.
When he was playing for the Mets and even for the Toronto Blue Jays, he had some really good series against the Tigers. Lots of triples, lots of stolen bases, electric arm from the shortstop position.
And he backs out of there as that one goes back to the backstop. 3-2. Reyes now in his 3rd season with the Jays. Josh Donaldson, what a year he's had. He's waiting on deck. Blue Jays score more runs than any team in baseball. Now the full count pitch. Reyes swings and misses. Down he goes.
Big league changeup thrown by Sanchez.
Here's the rest of the lineup for the Jays, presented by the Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. You saw Reyes strike out. Donaldson will follow, then Bautista. Encarnacion is the DH. A lot of power in the top and middle of that lineup. Navarro catching. Smoke is at first base. Pilar, Carrera, and Devin Travis, the former Tiger, rounding it out. So here is Donaldson batting an even .300. And he looks at strike 1.
Donaldson is performing in a hitter-friendly ballpark as we look at the 3-2 changeup that he was able to strike Reyes out with. If you can throw that pitch consistently up here, you're going to have a lot of success.
Donaldson 19 home runs this year. On the outer edge, strike 2. And former Athletic.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say he played in Oakland last year. That ballpark is not hitter friendly, but the ballpark he's playing in now, Toronto, is a hitter's park.
52 RBIs so far this year for Donaldson. 1-2 the count.
He's adjusted his approach. I noticed not the high leg kick there with 2 strikes. He's kind of kept that leg on the ground.
Now Sanchez ready with the 1-2 pitch. That's low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. One of the things that has made the middle of this lineup for the Jays really successful, and they've got some veteran hitters there like Donaldson, Bautista, and Encarnacion. These guys don't necessarily chase pitches out of the strike zone. Donaldson getting behind in the count now has it even at 2s. And a swing and a miss. Well, a good start for Sanchez tonight, his 2nd strikeout.
I kind of like what he's doing so far. He's showing them the fastball early. He's showing them the breaking ball early as well. And then he has so much confidence in this butterfly changeup that it's darting down and in, and he gets the swing and miss against the dangerous Josh Donaldson.
Here's Bautista.
No let up in this lineup.
definitely not. Bautista, although he's batting only .246, has 55 RBIs. And that leads the American League. He'll look at a strike 0-1.
He's also an example of a guy that you said does not chase a lot of pitches. He also paces the American League with 60 base on balls.
The 0-1. Inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Bautista recently got rid of an 0 for 25 slump. That's why his average is as low as it is. But again, he has been producing runs. In there, a strike called, and it's 1-2.
What if I told you that Bautista did not hit 1 double in the month of June? Would you believe that?
No. Is that
he
true?
did not have 1 double in the month of June.
Kind of hard to believe. Very hard to believe. The 1-2. What a start for Sanchez. Struck him out swinging with a fastball. He strikes out the side. That's a good omen. We go to the bottom of the first. Going some changes. Here is the Tigers starting 9, presented by the Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Ian Kinsler will start things off, and Yoenis Cespedes making his first start ever in the 2 spot, followed by Cabrera and then Martinez. JD is up to 5. Avila is back in the lineup. Off the disabled list, Castellano, Gose, and Iglesias, and they are facing the offerings of the right-hander, Drew Hutchison.
Hutchinson comes in with 8 wins and 1 loss. Even though the ERA sits right at 5, he's got a fastball that gets up to 95, average heater at about 92. He's got a slider. He's got a changeup that he uses pretty much to the left hand.
And he has really been taking advantage of their offense. They have gotten him a lot of runs per start. Hutchison, as you saw there, 8-1 with a high ERA.
And he's had a few starts this year where they have gotten him big leads, and he didn't make it to the 5th inning. He could very easily have 11 or 12 wins right now.
Kinsler batting .264, the second time this year he's batting leadoff. And Brad made it clear before the game today things just were not clicking offensively, so what he wanted to do was put his best 5 hitters in the top 5 spots. The 1-1. Just missed, but he went around. A strike called by Andy Fletcher. 1-2 the count. Pretty close.
Yep, it sure was.
It's one of those tweeners. 2-2 the count.
One of the things that Hutchinson likes to do once he's gotten ahead of you, he likes to elevate the fastball about 92 to 93 miles an hour. The Tigers hitters are very aware or well of that, and they'll have to lay off that pitch.
Popped up behind home plate. Navarro discards the mask. 1 gone.
And there's that pitch with 2 strikes. Hutchinson to the top of the strike zone at 92 miles an hour. Ian Kinsler could not lay off of it. Navarro called for it, executed beautifully by Hutchinson. Tim Hortons will sponsor the defensive alignment for the Toronto Blue Jays. Bautista in right field has an outstanding arm. As a matter of fact, no one in right field with more assists since the beginning of the 2010 season.
So Yoenis Cespedes will dig in now. Again, he's batting second for the very first time in his big league career. And he looks at a strike.
I was talking to Wally Joyner today, and I said, would you need to say something to Cespedes regarding batting in that 2 slot, whether he might want to take a pitch or 2, and he said absolutely not. He's a veteran player, and even on many occasions, as he's done here today, Cespedes takes the first pitch.
Well, it's been a slow homestand for Yoenis, 3 for 27. Maybe this will get him jump started, and the team will shoot that one back out of play, 1-2. Here are the numbers on the homestand, just 111, but despite that, it still overall has been a very good first half for Yoenis. 43 RBIs. Hutchison, the right-hander, brings home the 1-2. Drilled to left center field. Ball hit well, and it's going to go to the wall. Extra bases. Cespedes will cruise into second with another double. 23rd of the year.
.93-mile-per-hour fastball thrown by Hutchinson, drilled over the head of Carrera, the left fielder, for another double. And Hutchinson tried to get that fastball inside.
Not far enough. Now let's see if Cabrera can knock him home. 23 now for Cespedes. Only Kipnis and Dozier have more in the double category. Miggy drives one foul, 0-1. So Cabrera remains in his 3 spot in the lineup. We knew that would not change. Brad has made that very clear several times throughout the course of the year. He's been asked whether or not he would move Cabrera out of that 3 spot, but this is exactly where he likes him. Best hitter on the team typically will be found in the 3 spot. 15 homers, a .345 batting average, second in the American League. Little pop-up. This one might drop, and it is. Base hit. Cespedes read it nicely. He will score a bloop single and a 1-0 Tigers lead. Didn't take long for that new look lineup to produce.
If you're Cespedes on second base, you know that Bautista respects the power of Miggy, therefore playing very deep. As soon as Miggy gets jammed on this inside fastball, Cespedes on second base gets a really good jump. Therefore, no issue for Dave Clark, the third baseman, third base coach, to send him home.
RBI number 54 for Cabrera. Early lead for the Tigers tonight. That'll bring up Victor Martinez.
They haven't had many early leads lately, especially at home.
Shift on for Victor, and he rolls one foul. Really is puzzling, Rod, how the Tigers have not played well at home. I mean, this has been a team over the last, 5-6 years that has held home court service very well.
Especially with their skill set. They have a really potent offense. They run David Price out there every 5th day. Anibal Sanchez every 5th day. Now Justin Verlander is healthy. It really is puzzling, but they better turn it around, and they need to turn it around quickly.
The 0-1. Tigers came in 20 and 22 at home this year, 2 under.
A really good move putting Cespedes in that number 2 spot. One, Brad said before the game, Cespedes could run, so you don't miss a whole lot there. If he's on the base, he's not going to clog him up. And 2, that's when most starting pitchers usually give up runs early in a game. He's got his best 5 hitters batting in order.
I like those lineups that have a little bit of sock in the 2 spot in the lineup.
Oh, yeah.
And Mr. Cespedes provides that. And by sock, we don't necessarily always mean home runs, but what he just did here, a 2-base hit to left center. 1-2 meanwhile on Victor. JD waiting on deck. Pulled, foul. Just outside of the line at first. Tigers trying to climb back over 500. They check in tonight 39-39. As the All-Star break approaches, Tigers have 3 home games this weekend, then they go on the road for a week before the All-Star break. Bouncing ball right side. Hutchinson going to have to cover, and they get Martinez at first. Meanwhile, nobody covering third. Miggy notices, and he'll get there. Oh, now they called him out. Cabrera was off the bag, and they called him out. And Brad right now taking a look at it to see if they want to challenge it. What an oddly developing play there. Cabrera at least initially called out on this play, and they're going to keep it that way. No challenge from the Tigers, so that'll end the inning for Detroit. They will settle for 1 run. We'll go to the second in Comerica. Well, the Tigers settled for 1 run on a wacky play at third base. Cabrera tried to take an extra 90 feet and was thrown out. So Sanchez goes back to work. A 1-0 lead as Edwin Encarnacion leads it off.
Now, the result was not good for Miguel, but it's a good heads-up base running play by Miggy trying to get to third base because they were overshifting.
Yeah, the peril sometimes of overshifting. That's in for a strike. Players are out of position, and sometimes you don't realize that, wait a minute, somebody's got to cover a bag.
After a hitter, we're going to take a look at that play. It appeared that Mickey's right toe was still on the bag, but apparently Brad Ausmus did not want to challenge because it's very difficult to get calls overturned these days.
They'll get back into the seats.
Take a look at Miguel's right foot. It appears that it never leaves the bag. The left foot does come off, but the right foot is still on the bag, but he was still called out because the third base umpire, Paul Emmel, saw the left foot come off the bag, but Miggy's right foot did not break contact with third base.
Well, I wonder if that angle of that replay was a little bit misleading for us because Emmel was right there and made that call, and I wonder if maybe the toe wasn't on the bag.
That's a good call.
I mean, it looked like it.
possibly could have been that way.
And really, there was no major argument from Cabrera. Here's the 2-2. Just off the plate, 3-2. Encarnacion, Navarro, and Smoke after Sanchez just cut right through the lineup, striking out the side of the first. Here's the 3-2. He walked him. That'll be the first base runner of the ball game for the Jays.
Victor gets overshifted. Reyes, the shortstop, on the second base side of the bag. Here's Donaldson right here. He's at the shortstop position. Telestrator not working. We'll get that for you in a minute. But the gist of the matter is Miguel Cabrera was called out at third base, even though it appeared that he may have been safe.
That toe might have been off the bag.
It looks like that angle right there, the toe was off the bag.
And that's why sometimes it can be a little bit deceiving. But that one looked pretty concise and clear. 0-1 on Deandre Navarro. 234 batting average. 8 RBIs this year for the veteran catcher Navarro. High fly ball deep into right field. Martinez says he has room. We'll go to the edge of the warning track for the out.
One more angle to look at here, and it does look like the right toe of Miguel Cabrera's does come off the bag. Nice job by Josh Donaldson staying with Miggy to apply the tag. Really clear look there.
Really clear, and again, by the reaction of Miguel Cabrera, you knew that he probably was off the bag. And again, you got to give Paul Emmel credit. He was right on it. Here is Justin Smoak, the former Seattle Mariner, wearing Blue Jays colors. 261 batting average. And he'll look at his strike 0-1. Smoak 7 homers. And now they will shift on him defensively as Castellanos moves to the right side.
When we first saw Justin Smoak when he was playing for the Texas Rangers, we thought he was going to be a superstar for a number of years. Big, strong guy, power hitter from both sides of the plate.
Broken bat pop up. Left side of the infield for Iglesias. 2 gone. That'll bring up Kevin Pillar, who since the beginning of June has been absolutely scorching hot.
He was a 32nd round draft choice back in 2011. Went to a small D2 school in Carson, California. And he had to hit his way to the big leagues.
Just goes to show that, I guess, all you need, Ron, is a chance. I mean, a lot of these guys just think, just give me a chance.
Yeah.
And Pillar is a great example. Cal State University in Carson, California. 1 ball, no strikes.
He has quite a few assists from the outfield. He's just a really good player. He draws comparisons to the former Chicago White Sox player Aaron Rowan. Just a gamer, they say.
He's got a similar build. Sanchez with the 1-0. 2 balls, no strikes on Pillar.
Anibal Sanchez has really nice command early in this game of his off-speed pitches, whether it be the changeup, the slider, or the curveball. And he's thrown all of them so far.
Checked it, strike call.
And there's an example of the confidence that he has in that off-speed pitch today. It's good to see Avila back behind the plate. Although McCann has done nice work back there.
McCann was awfully good. Avila, the veteran catcher, off the disabled list today. It's in the air toward left. Shading his eyes from the sun, Cespedes. And he'll make the play to end the inning. So nothing comes of the leadoff walk. 1.5 in the books tonight. remind you to stay tuned to Tigers Live. Following the game, we'll select our Fox Sports Detroit Tigers Player of the Game, presented by the McDonald's Big Mac and 10-piece McNuggets. J.D. Martinez leads it off against Drew Hutchison. It'll be Martinez, Avila, Castellanos. Right-hander fires home a strike, 0-1. Martinez has hit safely in his last 3, was really good against the Pirates, 7 for 14.
And his contact to damage ratio has simply been off the chain. 12 homers in his last 20 contests.
That is hammered to center field. Wrong part of the ballpark, though. Swallowed up out there by Pilar, 1 gone. More accurately swallowed up by the center field area. Fast out there. Here is Avila. He'll get his first at bat off the disabled list.
Nice round of applause for Alex Avila.
I was talking to Alex before the game. I said, welcome back. Good to see you. And he said, yep, I've been watching those broadcasts every night.
Yeah, he said he did everything down there. Said he had to slide. Said he had to throw down second base. He caught while he was down there. Said the left knee. There's no pain in it.
Couple of homers this year for Alex. They played the shift on against him. Strike 1 called.
Yeah, nice off-speed pitch there thrown by Hutchinson, who has some crazy splits. Right-handers hit 321 against him. Left-handers only 246.
Here's the 0-1. He also has some crazy home road splits.
That's right.
I mean, in a ballpark where you consider hitting to be at the top of the list, Rogers Center, he is 2.12 at home with an ERA. On the road, it's over 8. In fact, it's almost 9. Swing and a miss.
Tigers are going to have to lay off that elevated fastball. It looks awfully good at 92, 93 miles an hour, but it's awfully difficult to get on top of.
There was those home road splits. Now the 1-2. Swing and a miss to strike him out. Avila is down. 2 gone. First strikeout for Hutchison.
And we told you the average velocity of his heater is about 93 miles an hour, but when you throw it upstairs, it looks a little bit harder, and that's why you see so many hitters, not just Tigers hitters, but a lot of hitters have chased that elevated fastball that Hutchinson features.
Here's Nick Castellanos.
What a lovely day.
You know, we've had a stretch here where we've had just spectacular weather. Hasn't been too hot.
Can't get much better than tonight's contest.
71 degrees at game time. Clear skies.
Nice crowd.
Still a little bit of sunlight left in the ballpark. You can see the shadows starting to creep in, though. High fly ball right field. That'll be playable for Bautista. And Hutchinson with a 1-2-3 second. Tigers baseball tonight presented by Bell Tire.
home on health system starting defense. Avila first game since May 7th when he left with that left knee issue, but he's back. And so far, so good handling Anibal Sanchez,
who is going back to work now as we go to the third in a 1-0 ball game. Ezekiel Carrera leads it off, and Devin Travis and Jose Reyes. Carrera, the former Tiger, spent some time in Detroit last year. 1-1 strike on Carrera.
Carrera's got speed. Played some center field for the Tigers last year.
Fair to say he had some issues in the
outfield?
Outfield?
Yes, he did have a few. That's why the Tigers went out and acquired Anthony Gose.
The 1-1. Sanchez struck out the side in the first. Issued a walk in the second, but no damage.
Not much power. And Tigers defenders in the outfield playing Carrera very shallow, shading him toward left field.
3 balls, 1 strike on Carrera. There's Devin Travis waiting on deck. Little chopper foul down the first base line. 45 games with the Tigers last year for Carrera. Full count. Here it comes. High towering fly ball heading toward the corner and foul and out of play. Talking about the Blue Jays and how well they have performed offensively. They have had 14 games this year with 10 or more runs. 14 of them.
They average nearly 6 runs a game. Nearly 6 runs a game.
Little chopper right back to the mound. Nice play by Sanchez. 1 gone. That'll bring up Devin Travis, the former Detroit Tiger who was traded in the offseason to the Jays. And with more on that, here's Justin White.
Yeah, Mario, this is Devin Travis's first career game here at Comerica Park. However, it's not his first time on that field. Back in 2012, after the Tigers swept the Yankees in the ALCS, they brought up some instructional league guys to practice, and Travis was one of them. Well, now here he is playing against the Tigers for real, and I talked to him earlier today. Really great kid, had nothing but great things to say about the Tigers organization, and he remains tight with guys like Miggy, Victor, and Rajai Davis, who, by the way, still checks in on Devin Travis from time to time, guys.
Well, he really has earned a reputation, Rod, of becoming, I think, a very good big league player early on in his career. But as J-Dub said, man, a really nice kid, too. The 0-1 pitch. And it's 0-2.
Everybody knew that he could hit. And he was the Tigers minor league player of the year in 2013. But what a lot of people did not expect him to play as well defensively as he has. He has been outstanding at second base for the Blue Jays.
Here's that swap. Ghost coming over to the Tigers, who's been good this year, and Travis, who has spent some time on the DL, but has been good as well.
I was looking at his spray chart before the game, too, and he's one of the few right-handed batters that are in the Blue Jays lineup here tonight that likes to use right field. And it's no coincidence that he's batting .286 this year. Travis with a lot of base hits to right field so far this season.
Both guys have settled in nicely into their new surroundings. Of course, for Devin Travis, his first opportunity to play in the big leagues was the Tigers' top prospect prior to the trade. And the 0-2. Outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Only 1 base runner so far against Sanchez. The leadoff walk to Encarnacion back in the second. Swing and a miss, and down he goes. 4 strikeouts now for Anibal.
Anibal Sanchez not afraid to throw that changeup to right-handed batters. It used to be a taboo for right-handed pitchers to throw the changeup to right-handed hitters because you don't want to make a mistake with that pitch. But Anibal Sanchez not afraid at all.
Here's Reyes, who struck out to start the game. Grounded foul, 0-1. Reyes, a 4-time All-Star in his playing days, and in the month of June had an 11-game hitting streak. Spectacular night here at the ballpark tonight. Good crowd on hand here for the start of a 3-game weekend series. 4th of July weekend. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now Sanchez with the 1-1. Inside, almost hit him.
It's the second time he has gone inside aggressively to Jose. He did it in his first at-bat back in the first inning.
Sanchez coming off that great month of June, 3-1 with a 2.63 ERA. We'll find the seats back out of play.
He is one guy in the rotation that they really needed to turn around because he got off to a very shaky start this year. But as you mentioned, in the month of June, pitching more like the Anibal Sanchez that had worn the Tigers uniform for the last couple of seasons.
Well, Sanchez, the one thing he has done is gone deep into games. His last 6 starts, he's gone at least 7 innings, which has been good.
They need that today too, buddy.
Don't they, after that series against the Pirates?
Oh my goodness, don't mention the Pirates.
They're gone now. That's just outside. Sanchez thought he had them there, 3-2.
Just kidding though, but the Pirates, they did beat up on the Tigers pretty bad the last 3 days.
48 hits in that series for Pirates bats. 3-2 on Jose Reyes. Little pop up. Shallow center field. Iglesias back to the grass. 3 really strong innings out of the chute tonight for Anibal Sanchez. All right, Shep, thanks. And those Indians, man, they've won 4 in a row.
They can pitch.
They're starting to come on a little bit.
That starting rotation has gotten hot all of a sudden. And down in Cleveland.
Hutchison goes back to work, and he will face Gose, Iglesias, and Kinsler. Anthony batting in the 8th spot in the lineup here tonight. And typically has been used in the leadoff spot, but Brad switching it up. There's a strike on the outer edge, 1-1. Gose at 269. Spent parts of 3 years with the Blue Jays at the big league level. And the 1-1. Low, 2-1. Anthony last year played in 94 games, the most he'd ever played in the big leagues with the Jays. He should eclipse that no problem this year. Here's the 2-1. Hutchison is only 24 years old. He, in fact, became the youngest opening day starter in Blue Jays history this year. Came up a couple of years ago, then had Tommy John surgery. Now he's back in the rotation. The foul back out of play. Lakeland, Florida. Went to high school at Lakeland High School.
How about that?
In the shadow of Tiger Town. Again, the 2-2. Goats looks at a ball low, 3-2. Anthony 2 out of 9 in the homestand. Trying to get things started for Iglesias, who's waiting on deck. Chopper back up the middle, find a hole, base hit. Leadoff single for the Tigers. We'll bring up Iglesias.
You can run on Hutchinson. And there have been quite a few steals already against him while he's been on the mound this year. And Anthony Gose has some speed at first. This is perfect for Iglesias, a guy that likes to shoot the ball the other way, with Justin Smoke holding Gose on at first base. It's a big hole on the right side of the infield for Iglesias. And should he try to shoot that hole?
And he'll take strike one. Tigers had 3 hits now. Hutchison has allowed 86%.
Yep, you can run on.
Third baseman Donaldson on the cut of the grass. And Ghost draws the throw.
You and I were commenting after last half inning. Brad said he has his best 5 hitters at the top of the lineup now, with Cespedes batting second. But you can take that one step further once they get one time through, with Iglesias batting 9th, turning it over to Kinsler. So now they have 6 of their better hitters batting back to back to back to back to back.
That's a lot of back to backs.
Yeah.
Runner goes, sliced right to the second baseman, and he'll get a double play. It's bad luck.
Yep.
So Iglesias lines out into the double play for 3, 2 gone. Well, I mean, you pretty much called it. He likes to shoot the ball the other way. The problem is not far enough to the right.
Yeah, that's not a hit and run here. And Gose has the steal sign, but he just doesn't hit the ball too far to the right there for Devin. Able to make that play and get the double play.
So they're empty now, and here's the top of the lineup. Ian Kinsler popped up to the catcher his first at bat, and he looks at ball 1. .263 now for Kinsler. He's had 9 hits on the homestand.
Batting leadoff is not foreign to Ian Kinsler. He spent 8 years playing for the Texas Rangers, and the majority of the time he was their leadoff hitter.
He'll slice that one to right field, base hit. It'll be a 2-out single in the 4th hit of the game for Detroit. Hey, this Sunday the Tigers play these Blue Jays at 1:08. It's on-field photo day. Prior to the game, fans get to take photos of their favorite Detroit Tigers players. For ticket information, call 866-66-TIGER.
And day game tomorrow afternoon, also the day game Sunday.
Big weekend leading up to the final road trip before the All-Star break. Here's Cespedes. Yoenis had it double to start things in the first inning, and then scored on the single by Cabrera.
And Toronto Blue Jays will spend the next 10 days on the road leading up to the All-Star break.
That is inside. 1 ball, no strikes on Yoenis. It is 23rd double of the year, among the top 3 now in the American League in that category. Kinsler just got back. Smoke with a quick tag down there at first.
Ian hasn't run as much this year as he has in recent years, but with the lack of move or the lack of speed getting the ball to the catcher by Hutchinson, he might try to steal a bag here.
One ball, one strike. Navarro is at about 12.5% behind the plate.
So this is a good combination.
Yeah, this is a really good combination if he's thinking about it. Ball high, 2-1. Hutchinson last year was his first full season in the major leagues. Made 32 starts, won 11 games. Tommy John surgery back in 2012. Two and two on Cespedes. That is 40 now for Hutchinson. Tigers, despite their recent slump, really have been fortunate because the Royals have lost 4 straight too. Otherwise, this team might be, I don't know, 7, 8, 9 games back.
That's a great point.
But there's still only 6, which seems certainly not insurmountable, especially this time of the year.
And still have quite a few games left with the Kansas City Royals.
Runner goes, but a wave and miss. Cespedes fishing. Comes up empty. And that'll be it for the Tigers. No runs, 2 hits, 1 left. Steam Advantage brings you the pitcher-batter matchup, and Josh Donaldson against Anibal Sanchez. For as good as Donaldson has been, not a whole lot of luck here.
And Sanchez can really command his fastball. He has exceptional feel for his breaking pitches. He'll throw you an off-speed pitch on fastball count, and that's how he keeps you off balance if you're a right-handed batter.
Bouncing ball left side. Castellanos has an easy hop, and Donaldson on 1 pitch retired. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Sanchez looking extremely sharp. Here's Jose Bautista. Struck out in the first inning. Pops it straight up. Who's going to take it? Avila dropping the mask. They're going to let him take it, and he does. 2 pitches and 2 outs.
Let's take a look at the mastery of Sanchez so far today. The changeup has been an exceptional pitch for him, and he has not made any mistakes with this butterfly changeup. All of them to the bottom of the strike zone. And then he has the ability to go upstairs with really good fastballs and locate them very well when you're looking for that changeup at the bottom of the strike zone. When you can change eye levels the way that he has so far, you're going to have a tremendous amount of success, which he's having so far.
Well, you know, Encarnacion's taking a pitch, and Sanchez missed with it. 1-0. He had gotten 2 outs on 2 pitches. Here's the 1-0 pitch. He'll take another. That one's a strike.
You don't necessarily have to pitch to Encarnacion here. You've gotten Donaldson out. You've gotten Bautista out. Now, he's a very dangerous hitter as well. And so if you walk him, it's no issue going after the guys behind him. You can kind of limit the damage and limit how many times you pitch to these guys in this lineup.
Blue Jays are the only team in Major League Baseball with 3 guys that have at least 50 RBIs. And they're hitting 2, 3, and 4 tonight. Donaldson, Bautista, Encarnacion. The 1-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Navarro waiting on deck. 1-0. Tigers got a run in the first. It has held up so far. That'll miss outside. Down the count is full at 3-2.
And Sanchez not afraid to throw his changeup or breaking ball in this count. He's done it quite often already this evening. Let's see what Avila calls for. Breaking ball. Encarnacion was all over it.
Edwin this year, 17 homers. He's in the final year of his 3-year deal with the Jays, although the Blue Jays do hold the option for the 2016 season on Encarnacion. Little number off the end of the bat. Sanchez going to take it himself. Man, does he look good tonight. That's an easy 1, 2, 3, 4. Here comes the bottom of the inning. Still 1-0 Detroit. Of what a bank could be when it's time. Come to Comerica. by Dodge. Start your summer of performance at the Dodge 4th of July sales event. And by Country Fresh Sour Cream, dips and ice cream. Get real. Well, a gorgeous night tonight as the Tigers lead the Blue Jays 1-0. Anibal Sanchez has been really good after 4 frames tonight. Now the Tigers trying to get him some more runs to work with here. It'll be Miguel Cabrera to lead it off against Drew Hutchison. First pitch grounded back up the middle into center. It's a 2-for-2 night tonight for Miguel.
He hits everything. His first time up, blew single RBI in the right field corner on a fastball at 92. That time a breaking ball hit right back up the middle. Hutchinson will hang you quite a few breaking balls. Does not have a really good off-speed pitch. He'll hang quite a few right over the heart of the plate.
Victor bounced out his first time up. 10 RBIs in 12 games off the disabled list. First one is on the outside corner, 0-1. Shift on for Victor. Even with the runner at first base, they have 3 defenders to the right of the bag. Reyes has moved over. That's the shortstop. The third baseman Donaldson all the way over as well. Here's the 0-1. 0-2 the count on Martinez.
I was teasing John Gibbons in his office today. I went down and he had a computer sitting on his desk which was closed. And he said, that's not mine. I know he doesn't rely all that heavily on statistical data, as some teams do, but they do overshift on Victor.
Somebody just dropped a computer on his desk?
No, I guess it's somebody else's. They just have one in every clubhouse nowadays for the managers.
The 0-2.
You know, Leland stayed away from that thing too now.
And he was proud of it too.
Yeah. Finally got him an iPad.
Yeah.
Leland.
It's pretty fun watching him work that. It was actually fun at time watching the skip work his cell phone. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Victor Martinez. Another foul back out of play.
Here is one situation, though, if you do make a mistake away in this particular count, overshifting Victor, he will take the ball down the left field line. It's a reason why he's a career hitter from both sides of the plate. A lot of room down the third base line.
Victor took a tumble. Did that a couple of times in the just completed series against the Pirates. Almost hit him. Very nearly got that back foot. Two and 2 on Victor Martinez. Another foul back to the screen.
And it looked like Victor was trying to slice that ball to left field. Fastball at 92. A little bit late on his swing. Looked like he was trying to go the opposite way.
If there's a big league hitter that fouls off more pitches than Victor Martinez, I'd love to meet him.
He's got really nice hand-eye coordination. Doesn't strike out all that much. Last year, he was one of the toughest players in the big leagues to strike out.
That one is just foul outside of the bag at third. 2 and 2 the count stays. This will be the 8th pitch coming up in this at bat. This year, the toughest guy to strike out is Michael Brantley of Cleveland, every 13 at bats. Iglesias is second on that list. Navarro flashing the signs. Now all of a sudden, Victor has the count at 3-2.
The Tigers have hit into so many double plays this year. It wouldn't shock me one bit to see Miguel take off on this 3-2 pitch with Victor standing in the batter's box. We've also well documented the fact that Victor just does not strike out all that often.
So we'll see if Miguel has any thoughts of running here. Here he goes. Lifted back out of play.
I think he hurt himself.
Oh no, don't say that.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, he did. Oh, he needs someone to help him. Oh my goodness. Here comes Kevin Rand. Let's just hope this is a cramp. What did he do?
Well, he took off. He took about 6 or 7 steps and he pulled up.
Oh boy.
And you don't ever see Miggy call for the trainer.
Well, they're looking at the calf.
Yeah. Here he is. He takes off on the 3-2 pitch, and then watch him about 6-7 steps in. Just pulls up.
He is coming out of this game. And he is doing so with a severe limp. So the Tigers will lose their number 3 hitter for the rest of the game. Miggy was off and running on the pitch, and he pulled up about halfway down, and he can barely make it up the field right now.
Yeah, they might have to have some players come out and help him off the field.
Not a sight Tigers fans want to see here, but Miguel Cabrera comes off the field, and it looks like Romine will come on a pinch run for him. So he is done for the night. As Miggy makes his way to the clubhouse. So the count is 3-2 with Romine at first base. Change the complexion of the Tigers offense going forward in this game.
And for the foreseeable future if Miguel is lost for any time.
Romine gets back.
You can arguably say that he is the most valuable player to any team in baseball.
So Romine should be on the move here.
Oh, for sure.
Because of that, another throw back to the bag as Hutchison tries to keep him as close as possible. This will be the 10th pitch coming up in this at bat, a typical Victor Martinez battle.
As soon as we get any word whatsoever on Miguel, we'll pass that along to you.
And the runner goes on 3-2, and another foul back to the screen. So Hutchison just can't put away Victor Martinez.
We talked about Sanchez and the fact that the Tigers needed him to go very deep in this game. The Blue Jays, they need that out of Hutchinson as well, because John Gibbons used 8 pitchers in last night's game against the Boston Red Sox.
And another throw, and Romine a little bit late getting back, but he got back.
When you're sliding back to first base on close plays, that's exactly the part of the bag that you want to reach for, which makes that first baseman reach back as far as possible to try to apply the tag to you.
Blue Jays were put in a bad spot yesterday in the game against Boston. They fell behind 8-0, so they had to go deep into the bullpen early. There's a ground ball, base hit just out of the reach of Devin Travis. Romine will get to third, and the Tigers are in business here in the fourth. Victor just found a seam.
They were over shifting Victor slightly in the infield. Devin Travis didn't really vacate his position all that much. He left his feet. He dove for it. Romine on the move, able to get to third base without a play.
Well, now here is J.D. Martinez. Tigers now have their 6th hit of this contest. J.D. with nobody out. Fly to center field his first time up. Swing and a miss, 0-1.
If you're J.D., you got to be thinking about one pitch that's over the heart of the plate, something that would allow you to hit the ball deep enough to center field or right field to get a sacrifice fly to drive in the second run of the evening. Anything more than that's an absolute bonus.
29 RBIs in his last 21 games. And he takes strike 2.
And JD must have been sitting on something soft for him to take that fastball right down the middle at 93. And what I mean by sitting on something, guessing for a breaking ball.
Here's the 0-2. Would not leave the strike zone there. 1-2. Well, in his last 9 games, JD with 8 home runs. 12 in his last 20. Swing and a miss. Down he goes. Big strikeout for Hutchinson. That's his 3rd. Time now for you to tweet your strongest fan photo. Use hashtag DetroitDataStrongFan, and you just might see yourself in an upcoming broadcast brought to you by T-Mobile. So Hutchinson now has given himself a chance to get out of this with a ground ball. Big strikeout of J.D. Martinez. Avila struck out in the 2nd inning. Avila hit 300 on his rehab assignment. Also homered. Looks at ball 1. Alex appearing in a ball game for the first time since May the 7th here at the big league level. Knee injury that he avoided surgery on and decided to go the rehab route. In his stead, James McCann and even Brian Holiday, who was sent down today, did really good work.
Yes, he did.
And really all of a sudden now the Tigers have a position of strength when you talk about Holiday and AAA and McCann up here.
All 3 guys can handle the staff. All 3 guys have good throwing arms.
Now Avila sitting on a 2-0 count here with runners at 1st and 3rd.
One pitch, one spot has to be the mentality of Avila here, and preferably a fastball.
Three 3-0 on Avila. Waiting on deck, Castellanos. Ball 4, that's going to load the bases. Avila takes his walk on 4 straight pitches. Here are those moves we talked about. Alex Avila off the disabled list. Drew Verhagen recalled, and Jeff Farrell had his contract purchased from AAA. And Chamberlain, Gorzolani, well, 2 veterans that I'm sure Rod will end up somewhere.
Yeah, they just weren't getting it done here. and the Tigers couldn't afford to continue to run Java out there, nor Gorzalani, as poorly as they were pitching. I'm not so certain that Hutchinson did not do that on purpose. His first walk of the game, he did not throw Avila one strike. He still has the double play set up, and he has a right-hander in the batter's box now in Castellanos.
And that's going to foil the strategy, perhaps. Oh, a diving play to left by Carrera, but he can't handle it. Here comes a throw to third, and it's going to get by the third baseman. Nobody backing up. Martinez will score as well, and the Tigers will get 2 runs out of it. It's a 3-0 ball game. Carrera came flying through the air and left, but couldn't haul it in.
Almost a really nice play by Carrera in left field. Once the glove hits the ground, the ball comes out of the glove, and then he comes up, and the ball is fired wildly to third base and wildly toward the Tigers' dugout, and Victor alertly goes from second to third and then able to score.
So Romine was just tagging, thinking the ball was caught. He came in to score, and then when the ball got away, even Victor was able to come around. He's going to be ruled a single and an RBI. E7 allows the second run to score. Castellanos hit that ball hard out there to left center field. He'll get his 30th RBI of the season. And the Tigers have a 3-0 lead, still only 1 out. Here's Anthony Gose. Ball 1.
That was the first hit that Hutchinson has allowed this season with the bases loaded. And we're in July.
Pretty impressive. Of course, Carrera almost made a spectacular play.
To be perfectly honest with you, that was really good base running by the Tigers. Romine was tagging up. Even though that looked like that ball was going to be in there for a base hit, Victor went halfway. Looked like he was going to get back to tag to possibly get to third base. But really good base running by the Tigers in that sequence of events.
2-0, slap to left, base hit. Avila comes around to score. Castellanos goes to third, stops there. Ball gets away from everybody, and into the dugout it goes.
Oh, my goodness.
Another run will score and send Gose to third. How does that happen?
I don't want to be mean, but this is looking like Little League out here.
On consecutive plays, the Jays are just getting real sloppy defensively.
Meanwhile, Anthony Gose has had 2 really good at-bats getting on that fastball of Hutchinson, driving one up the middle and driving one the opposite way. Donaldson in at third base, hit right past him. Castellanos held up momentarily, but then the left fielder Carrera comes up and fires wildly again. Nobody, and I mean nobody, can catch it.
1, 2, 3. It got by 3 guys. And what were we saying a little bit earlier about Mr. Carrera in the
Yeah, you were. Yeah.
Well, the Tigers saw quite a bit of that last year. Anthony Gose will get a single and an RBI, and another E7 allows another run to score. And now they hurry up into the bullpen. Felix Dubrat warming up for the Jays. So the Tigers now have a comfy 5-0 lead, and the infield coming in for the Jays. Slice to the air to center. Pilar is back. Should be deep enough to score the run. That'll be an RBI for Iglesias. 6-0 Detroit. Hey, just a reminder, as you enjoy a cold one to look forward to, Miller Time later in tonight's game, brought to you by Miller Lite. RBI 12 for Iglesias. What a wacky inning. 2 errors for the Jays. Tigers now have 8 hits. Ball 1 to Kinsler, the 8th man at bat in this inning. Ball high, and the count goes 2-0.
Not sure I've ever seen a ball get by 3 guys and then go into the dugout.
Yeah, and in the big leagues, you don't see balls hit that sharply to left field, and the base runner ends up on third.
2-0 is in there, 2-1.
Tigers needed this kind of luck anyway.
Yeah, they did.
Well, and again, Cabrera's out of this game, so this 5-run inning is helping. Still awaiting word on Miguel and his condition.
Hutchinson, we talked about his road numbers at the beginning of the game. ERA was over 8 when the game started. Now his road earned run average is over 9.
Swing and a miss. He had a big rip.
9.44 to be exact.
So the Jays, who are the top scoring team in baseball, have their work cut out for them tonight, down 6-0. It's popped up in the shallow left. Carrera coming in. Hold on to your horses. He made the catch. And the inning is over. Tigers send 8 men to the plate. They score 5 times. It's 6-0. Here it's a rematch 4 years in the making as Alex Morgan and Team USA take on defending champ Japan to see who will be crowned champion. Coverage begins Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern, only on your local Fox station and streaming live on Fox Sports Go. We've got a doubleheader coming up on Sunday. First, the Tigers, Blue Jays. They will play here at Comerica Park. Then you can tune in to the World Cup final. USA and Japan at 5 p.m. So it'll be a busy Sunday. Well, Sanchez now working with a 6-0 lead. Deanna Navarro will lead things off. Navarro, then Smoke, then Pilar. 2 errors really hurting the Blue Jays in that last half inning. Navarro shoots one on the ground to the shortstop, gobbled up there by Iglesias, who was the only man on that side of the infield. 1 out.
It's only been 4 innings, but this is the sharpest that we have seen Anibal Sanchez this year. Everything is working. I mean, everything. Location with the off-speed pitches. The fastball able to work all 4 quadrants of the strike zone.
Romine, as you saw, stays in the game at first base. There's Justin Smoke. I would agree. I mean, he's coming off his best month, the month of June, and, well, he's continuing that here tonight.
He has led several of these Blue Jays hitters off with an off-speed pitch, and he's been able to throw it over for a strike. Justin Smoke from Goose Creek, South Carolina, right?
That's right.
He and Matt Wieters played on the same high school team. Imagine that. 2 power hitting switch hitters.
Sanchez with the 1-1. Little chopper, first base side. Romine has it. Sanchez making it look easy now. 2 gone here in the 5th.
April and May. Yeah, Sanchez struggled, giving up a lot of home runs, but once the calendar turned to June, he started to get busy. And 3-1 record with a 2.63 ERA. As a matter of fact, we told you at the top of the show that the Tigers have won Anabal's last 4 starts, and he has gotten 3 wins in those starts with an ERA a shade over 2.
Here's Kevin Pillar. Only base runner tonight for the Jays. A walk to Encarnacion in the 2nd. He's 11 straight retired by Anibal. The 0-1. Line to center field, sinking and caught on the run by Ghost. Had it all the way. No runs, no hits, nobody left. Sanchez looking strong. Tigers baseball presented tonight by Bell Tire. Hardest average hit speeds in the American League this season. Yoenis Cespedes is on that list along with Miggy. Bautista, he's in this game. Mike Trout is up there.
How about Alex at 40 years old?
Not bad. Cespedes, the only man not to bat in that big 4th inning. The Tigers had a 5-run for. Cespedes, then Romine, and then Victor Martinez. If you tuned in late, Miguel Cabrera was injured. He was running on a 3-2 pitch from first base and pulled up halfway down the line.
Yeah, that is a major story in this game.
Apparent leg injury, still waiting on the official word. Hutchison handles this one, and Cespedes is out.
Here's Miguel in the 4th, taking off from first base on a 3-2 pitch to Victor Martinez. Takes 5 steps, pulls up lane, and then he asked for Brad Ausmus and Kevin Rand to come out.
And it took a while for Miggy to make his way back into the clubhouse. So Romine took over, and he will take over his spot in the batting lineup as well. This will be his first at bat of the game. Fouled away 0-1. .309 for Romine this year. Couple of home runs. Bounce in, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Waiting on deck, Victor Martinez, who battled him for a long at bat in his last time. Here's the 1-2. Got him, strike 3. Romine thought it was high. That'll be the 4th strikeout for Hutchison.
Looks like Romine had a beat.
Gosh, no doubt. What does Fox Track say? Well, it's saying edge of the strike zone.
Well, it's the 4th of July weekend. Mr. Fox Tracks might have been out on some water today.
It wouldn't surprise me. Not in the least. Just a ball outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Victor had an 11 pitch at bat his last time and has seen 17 pitches now. Here's the 1-0. He'll slice that one to left center field. It's going to get down. All the way to the warning track. Pilar picks it up. He's going to fire it into second base, and it's going to be late. And that's an overthrow. Victor's going to go to third. Well, John Gibbons might want to cover his eyes watching his team play defense tonight.
This is why I don't understand why a lot of teams overshift Victor all the time, because he does have the ability when he wants to take the pitch that's down at the bottom of the zone, that's tailing away from him, pull his hands in nicely and drive the ball the other way. Look at the concentration here. The balance is exceptional. It drives that ball into the left center field. Got himself a hustling double out of that.
Double E4 allows him to get to third. We'll see if JD can get him in now with 2 outs. Ball 1.
Only the 5th error committed to this season by Devin Travis, the second baseman.
This is a rather short throw, too.
Surprised he didn't let it go. Can't tell if it was offline by that last look at it, but that's a ball that he should have let go, and they might have had a play on Victor at second.
1-1 on J.D. Martinez. Strikeout, flyout in this game. 3 errors in the ball game now for Toronto.
One more throw just to see whether this ball should have been allowed to go through to second base. Probably so.
Yeah, I looked online.
Yeah.
45 errors now for the Jays as a team. They're pretty much middle of the pack, or were coming in. Fly ball, right field, hit well. Really well. That ball's going to go up against the wall to drive in a run. Bautista fires it back in. 2-out double for J.D. Martinez.
J.D. Martinez does a very nice job on balls that are away from him, driving those balls the opposite way with a lot of power. The majority of his home runs have gone in that direction, and the Tigers have another run on the board. J.D. Martinez has to be an all-star this year.
Gotta be.
Has to be an all-star this year.
On pace before this game started for 105 RBIs and over 40 homers. It'd be a shame if he's not. Fouled away by Avila.
And what a reward that would be for a guy who was released at the beginning of last year, came to the Tigers and performed very well. second half of the year, and then just going off this season.
A lot of folks wondered if last year was just an anomaly or if it was something that Martinez would build on. And he's done just that. Tigers now have 10 hits in this game. One ball, one strike. Seven nothing Detroit. They have scored 6 of the 7 in the last 2 innings. Avila tonight, a walk and a strikeout. Hutchison has now thrown 88 pitches. And there's activity. Dubrant is again throwing in their bullpens. Here's the 2-1. Ball inside. 3 balls, 1 strike. Going to be another walk for Avila. Oh, it's got to be getting short, don't you think? Yep, real short. Here comes John Gibbons. So Avila walks for the second time. That'll signal the end for Hutchison, who will not survive the 5th. His road woes continue. It'll be a wall side windows pitching change.
90 pitches.
Here comes Dubrant. We'll be back. Gotten word on Miguel Cabrera. He left the game in the 4th inning with a left calf strain. He will undergo an MRI to see the severity of that calf strain. Anibal Sanchez, well, his numbers speak for themselves. And the Blue Jays defense, it's the first time since June of 14 that they've committed 3 errors in a game.
They did not help out their starter, Drew Hutchinson, very much here tonight. And then again, he did not pitch well either.
Well, Felix Dubrant has been called up from AAA today, and here he is.
Numbers were good in the minors for Dubrant. 48 innings, 2.44 earned run average, 43 strikeouts, 18 base on balls.
Split time between the Cubs and Boston last year. So Dubrant will go to work now against Nick Castellanos. 7-0. The Tigers have the lead here tonight behind Anibal Sanchez. Castellanos' RBI single his last time up.
And Castellanos loves the first pitch fastball.
High fly ball right field. So it'll end the inning. Bautista makes the catch to retire the side. Another run in for Detroit. Let's go to the 6th. Brought to you by Bell Tire. Get the lowest tire price, period. Bell Tire. Myers, save big with M-Perks from Meyer. Sign up at mperks.com. And by Chevrolet, find new roads. What a night at the ballpark so far tonight. Everything going right for the Tigers. They had 10 hits in this game. They lead 7-0. Anibal Sanchez will go to work here in the 6th facing Ezekiel Carrera. And he throws strike 1 to Carrera. Ezekiel bounced out back to the mound his first time up. Way outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. 3 straight 1-2-3 innings for Sanchez. Gave up a walk in the 2nd, the only base runner that the Jays have had. A little chopper to first base. Romine will handle this one. Carrera is tagged out.
Anibal Sanchez has thrown 68 pitches in this game. 55% of those have been fastballs. The other 45% off speed. And it's been that off speed pitch that has really kept the Toronto Blue Jays hitters off balance all night long.
Here's Devin Travis. A strikeout victim in the 3rd. Sanchez struck out the side in the 1st. And has a total of 4 for the game. Down the middle it comes, strike 1. So it was the Jays that came in. It's the high-flying offense. It's the Tiger-O tonight that has done the job. 10 hits. Swing and a miss down his hands. 0-2.
Take a look at the late life on this 2-seam fastball at 92. It leaves the index finger last, and that's how you get this kind of action. This stuff is dirty tonight.
Bouncing ball left side. Iglesias on the backhand. Quick release. And he got it.
Every now and then, Jose Iglesias will show you a very strong throwing arm. Most of the time, he's just flipping the ball across the diamond. But with Travis running down the line, he gets over there, he sets his feet, throws overhand very firmly to Romine. Romine had to reach up for it, but able to keep that front toe and right foot on the bag. Nice stretch by Romine, a guy that really has played no first base. 2 up, 2 down. Here is Jose Reyes.
Strike one on Reyes. Little chopper back up the middle, but Reyes is going to be thrown out by Sanchez. An easy 1-2-3, sixth inning. 15 straight retired by Anibal. On that one because Minnesota and KC both ahead of the Tigers in the standings. Felix Dubrat goes back to work as we go to the bottom of the sixth. Tigers on top 7-0 in this game. Ghost 2 out of 2. I would say the reshuffling of the Tigers lineup tonight, Rod, has worked very nicely.
It really has, and for whatever reason they really have woken up. A lot of hits here on the board, a lot of guys putting the ball in play sharply, working some nice counts. They're playing with a little extra pep in their step too for me today.
Ghost's base hit in the fourth inning knocked in a run. Tigers with 10 hits in this game, backing the marvelous pitching of Anibal Sanchez. Hutchinson taken out of the game in the fifth. Dubrat came on through one pitch and got Castellanos to fly out. Former Red Sox lefty. Dubrat thought he had a strikeout there, was sauntering off the mound. On deck, Iglesias. Chop to the right side. Devin Travis has it there. Just got it by half a step.
Menards brings you the big money encounter. And here is one of the best plays you'll see this year, made by a third baseman. Oh, Donaldson leaps into the third row and makes a catch. Watch your nachos.
What a great play by Donaldson.
He's a nice two-way player.
Not afraid. One out now for Iglesias. Strike one.
Donaldson at third base this year has made 10 errors, but his bat speaks for itself. His aggressiveness speaks for itself. He has tremendous leadership skills. He was a really nice pickup by the Toronto Blue Jays.
That is slicing foul.
Many people in Oakland were shocked that Billy Beane traded Donaldson away.
Well, he had a really good year last year. He's been an all-star with the A's.
But then again, Billy Beane traded 4 all-stars away from last year.
That's right.
Cespedes being one of those.
Here's the 0-2. Dusting him. 93 up at the letters. So he's retired all 3 that he's faced. First strikeout for DeBrant.
Very seldom have we seen Iglesias leave the strike zone this year. And he does not strike out very often. Second toughest to strike out, as a matter of fact, in the American League.
Now Ian Kinsler. Red Sox last year traded DeBrant to the Cubs, who then released him this March. Little chopper to the shortstop. Reyes has it, bobbles, and has enough time. 1-2-3 inning for DeBrant. We go to the 7th.
Sanchez is 15 of 19 in first pitch strikes so far here this evening against a very dangerous Blue Jays offense. And once you are able to get ahead, that's when you can expand the strike zone. He has not made one mistake over the heart of the plate. Everything at the bottom of the strike zone or that four-seam fastball up and out of the strike zone. Outstanding performance so far through 6, turned in by Sanchez.
And so here come the Jays to the 7th. Donaldson leads it off for Toronto. And he looks at strike one.
And Donaldson, along with the on-deck hitter and Bautista, a couple of guys that have kind of mastered this high leg kick. It's very difficult to master the leg kick, but both of these guys have been able to do so. And really, since they have done so, Mario, their careers have kind of turned around. Donaldson was a guy that searched for his swing for a number of years. Bautista, we've well documented his days in Pittsburgh. And then he got to Toronto, and their careers have just taken off.
Bautista, in particular, his numbers took a huge jump once he got to Toronto. Ooh, he froze him there, and the count is 1-2.
That is one way to get the timing of a guy that uses the leg kick off balance. And by throwing an off-speed pitch, they're very difficult to time.
Here's the 1-2. That's in the air toward right field, slicing toward the foul line. JD has room for the out. One gone in the 7th. Donaldson is 0 for 3. That'll bring up Bautista. Strikeout and a pop up to the catcher. 16 in a row set down by Anibal Sanchez. And it's in there for strike 1. He is just dealing tonight.
He has hit his spots all night long, and Bautista's a guy that you want to stay away from because he's a dead pull hitter. But with that being said, you can't be afraid to knock him off the plate inside to go back outside where you want to.
1 ball, 1 strike on Bautista. Two and 1 the count.
Anibal Sanchez tonight has gotten in a pattern of throwing an off-speed pitch in a count like 2-1. He's been behind, so be careful if you do throw an off-speed pitch.
Inside, 3-1. Encarnacion lurking on deck. 7-0 Tigers. And he walked him. Bautista is aboard. That'll stop the string of 16 straight that have been retired. Still, the Blue Jays tonight have only 2 walks. That's it. Now Encarnacion. Encarnacion has the other walk.
Anibal Sanchez looking for the ground ball. Encarnacion has grounded into 10 double plays this year, which is the most on their team.
Jammed him. Foul tip. $17 homers, 50 RBIs for Encarnacion.
He's another guy whose career took off once he got to Toronto. He was not performing like he's performing now when he was wearing that Cincinnati Redlegs uniform.
And there was a time, especially when he was with Cincinnati, that not many thought he would ever become a 10-5 guy, which he has.
Yeah, he was traded for Scott Rowland.
10 years in the big leagues, 5 with the same team. Those are the thresholds for 10-5 guys.
That means you can go play wherever you want to.
Yep. Fouled back out of play, so it's a nice little bonus when a player's been in the big leagues that long and with one team.
Xfinity sponsors our high-speed pitch tonight on Anibal Sanchez. He has gotten up to 94 on a couple of occasions.
1-2 on Encarnacion. Got him, strike 3. 5 of them now, 5 strikeouts for Sanchez, 2 away.
When Sanchez gets it going, there is no right-hander in baseball that can work all 4 quadrants of the strike zone with his fastball. This one is up and away. He can also go up and in, down and away, and also down and in, which essentially gives him 4 different four-seam fastballs.
That one caught enough of the edge for strike 3. Here's Deoner Navarro.
He is throwing so many strikes that the home plate umpire, Jerry Meals, will give him the benefit of the doubt.
Strike 1. Navarro is 0 for 2. Ground out, fly out. Shift is on. Playing to pull Castellanos as the lone defender to the left of second. Almost hit him.
Outstanding ratio so far for Anibal. 88 total. Only 32 have missed the strike zone. If you like to keep track of first pitch strikes, he's 19 of 23 in that category.
2-1. High fly ball. Straightaway center field. Goes coming in. Sanchez getting through the 7th with a walk and no damage. And a huge round of applause as he heads back to the bench. 7-0 Detroit. Host the Toronto Blue Jays at 1:08 p.m. The first 10,000 fans 21 and older receive a free patriotic Tigers hat. Call 866-66-TIGER or visit tigers.com. Got a change for the Blue Jays. Ryan Goins now is the new shortstop. So Reyes is out of the ball game. All Tigers tonight. They lead 7-0. And Yoenis Cespedes will start things off in the bottom of the 7th. Ball one high. Cespedes a double and 3 at bats in his first game ever in the 2 spot in a big league lineup. Part of the shakeup the Tigers had before the game today in their lineup. And it's worked. 7 runs on 10 hits.
And slightly open stance for Yoenis Cespedes. Very dangerous on fastballs inside. Should be looking for a fastball here in the 2-0 count.
Reno. Romine waiting on deck. Dubron took over in the 5th inning. Hutchinson knocked out of the game. And to this point has retired all 4 batters that he has faced. Grounded foul. 3-2 now on Yoenis Cespedes. Tigers had a big inning in this game. The 5-run 4th, helped out by 3 errors tonight by the Blue Jays defense. Tigers trying to snap a 3-game losing streak. Slice to right field. Straight at Bautista. One gone here in the 7th. Hey, tomorrow the Rays head to the Bronx to take on the Yankees in a game you can only see on Fox Sports 1 beginning at 12:30 Eastern, then at 7 p.m. Eastern. Baseball night in America as the Twins square off against the Royals on your local Fox station. It's all this week on your home for baseball every Saturday, Fox and Fox Sports 1. Romine fouls it away 0-1. Andrew is 0 for 1. He struck out in the 5th inning, came on as a pinch runner for Miguel Cabrera, who left with a left calf strain earlier in the game. It'll float in, but outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. High, 2-1 on Romine. So DeBron now is retired 5 in a row. Here's his 2-1. 2-2 on Romine. Victor Martinez will be next. Tigers got RBIs from their last 3 hitters in that big 4th inning. That 5-run inning. 2-2. And that is right by a diving smoke into right field.
Do it, Andrew.
1-out single for the Tigers, their 11th hit. That'll bring up Victor. Two more hits tonight for Martinez, a single, a double, and both times he has come around to score. And the average now creeping up. It continues to do so. It's up to 247.
This is what makes Victor so dangerous in his career. Batting over 300 left-handed and right-handed. And he has had a lengthy career and a lot of damage in the home run department.
It is really amazing to find that consistency because most guys have that one dominant side. There's a ball down low and the count goes to 2-0.
Not only that, Mario, but it is very difficult to master one side of the plate at this level, but yet Victor has been able to master both sides. You have to take twice as many swings as the other guys.
Driven to center field. Another hit for Victor Martinez. His 3rd hit of the game.
2 hits from the left side, 1 knock from the right side. All of them hit sharply here today. 2-0 fastball that he tried to sneak right by Victor on the outside part of the plate, and Victor smoked it right back through the middle. Man, is it good to see him back in the starting lineup.
Makes a difference. Huge difference. Here's J.D. Martinez. Rolled foul. Doubled to knock in a run in his last at bat, which now gives him 52 RBIs. Second only to Miguel Cabrera on this team.
Not many right-handers in the game of baseball that have the kind of power that Victor Martinez has the opposite way.
Oh, drilled to left field. Here comes Romine rounding third. He's going to score.
Another RBI for J.D. Martinez.
And because J.D. Martinez has done so much damage hitting the ball the opposite way, the last 2 weeks, there's been a lot of teams that have tried to crowd him inside, and he's made a nice adjustment by hitting some balls to the pull field.
There's 53 RBIs now for J.D.
The Tigers have got their hitting shoes on here this evening.
Tigers now lead 8-0. They have 13 hits in this contest. And Avila looks at ball one. He has walked in each of his last 2 at-bats. Alex returning from the disabled list.
He has also led Anibal Sanchez beautifully in his return from the disabled list.
The 1-0. 2 balls, no strikes on Avila.
We often talk about Avila's impact on the pitching staff when he's behind the plate. And it's showing up here this evening.
He'll check his swing. 2-1 now on Avila. Alex homered in his rehab stint, also hit 300. Was able to catch back-to-back games, was DHing as well, building up his stamina behind the dish. Here's the 2-1. 2-2 on Avila.
Nice cut fastball there thrown by Dubron at 88. He started it off the plate, and the natural cutting action allowed it to catch the inside corner.
Bouncing ball right side, fielded by Travis, throws to second, one, relay to first. He's in time for the double play. 4-6-3, Tigers get another run. Anibal Sanchez will take the mound in the 8th inning. 8-0 Detroit. Nothing in favor of the Tigers. Mario and Rad back here at the ballpark. And well, I'll tell you what, Anibal Sanchez, as good as we've seen him all year, tonight he has walked only 2 batters this entire game. This is as good as we've seen him in a long time.
He has simply been on point. A lot of first pitch strikes. He's been able to expand the strike zone after getting ahead of a very, very dangerous Blue Jays team. He's thrown some outstanding off-speed pitches, whether it be the curve, the slider, or the changeup, and the fastball. Impeccable command.
Yeah, in the meantime, the Tigers offense coming alive too. The new look offense, and 13 hits tonight.
Nice to see. Victor has 3 of those. JD Martinez a couple. Yoenis Cespedes looks very nice and comfortable in that number 2 spot. It's a nice addition to this ball club.
All right, well, Sanchez goes back to work now, and he will face Justin Smoak to begin things here in the 8th inning. And Smoak, as many of the Blue Jays have done tonight, takes strike 1. Smoak, Pilar, and Carrera facing the right-hander. They shift to the right side. The 0-1 pitch. Checked it. He went 0-2 on Smoak.
Anibal has not thrown many sliders today. It's been changeups, fastballs, an occasional curveball, but that was a slider at 86 miles an hour.
That'll bounce in 1-2.
Let's see if he wants to go upstairs with a 4-seam fastball to get Smoak to chase one. It's exactly what they want to do.
Yep, too high. Smoak would not bite on that, and the count goes 2-2. Call it, but he held up. 3-2.
I doubt very seriously if he'll give in with a fastball here.
Smoak grounds it foul down the first base line.
It's a good call by Alex. It was an off-speed pitch that Smoak was out in front of.
Sanchez just knifing through an offense that by far had scored more runs than any team in baseball. On a ball now again with the 3-2. Smoak hammers it foul down the left field line. He'll stay alive. Pilar to follow, and then Carrera due up. This will be the 8th pitch coming up in this at bat. Outside walked him, so that'll be the 3rd walk of the game for Sanchez. Leadoff man is on. Now Kevin Pilar. A couple of flyouts for Pilar. Who since the beginning of June was hitting .400. He's been quieted tonight so far. They're playing behind Smoak at first base with an 8-0 lead. Now Romine sneaks in. That is pop in the air down the left field line. Heading back toward the seats. Cespedes has room. 1 out. Hey, time now for you to tweet your strongest fan photo. Use hashtag DetroitDataStrongFan, and you just might see yourself in an upcoming broadcast brought to you by T-Mobile. Now Ezekiel Carrera. Couple of ground balls for Carrera. There's Romine behind the runner. And that's in for a strike. It's 100 now for Sanchez. Here's the
1 on, 1 out. We're in the 8th. 8-0 Detroit. Ripped, foul down the first base line. Whoa! Carrera just ahead of that pitch. Oh, 0-2.
And the most pitches that Anibal Sanchez has thrown in a game this year, 117. He did that on June 29th out west against the Los Angeles Angels. This will be 103.
Outside, 1-2. Devin Travis waiting on deck. Just off the plate, 2-2 on Ezequiel Carrera. Former Tiger who spent 45 games in the big leagues last year with Detroit. Ooh, we just got a piece of that one, and Carrera is still breathing.
Carrera took that right out of the glove of Avila.
Justin Verlander knows all too well what Sanchez is going through right now. Again, the 2-2. Ooh, we got a piece again to stay alive. So Carrera now has worked a 7-pitch at bat to this point. Sanchez up to 106 for the game. Slice to left field and a base hit. Ezequiel Carrera in an 8-pitch at bat breaks up Anibal Sanchez's bid for a no-hitter. And the crowd of nearly 40,000 appreciates it. Sanchez allows his first hit tonight. There will be no no-hitter. Here's Devin Travis. He had walked only 3 batters until Carrera slices a single to left field.
And last no-hitter thrown by a Tiger was against Toronto in 2011. And Jerry Mills was the home plate umpire that day as well when Verlander threw his no-hitter.
That
almost another special moment.
Did not know that. Ooh, up and in. Devin Travis buckles out of the way.
It was an off-speed pitch that got way too much plate for Carrera. He was able to slap it the opposite way for a solid single.
Carrera fouled off a couple of tough pitches too to stay alive. That'll buckle his knees for a strike. 1-2 on Devin Travis. Alex Wilson warming up now in the Detroit bullpen with that pitch count getting up now for Sanchez, 110. Now that the no-hitter is broken up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ryan Goins waiting on deck. Here's the 2-2. Ground ball, base hit left field. Smoke coming to third. They stop it in there, and the Blue Jays now have loaded the bases.
Yeah, that's the reputation of the left fielder, Yoenis Cespedes, and his very strong throwing arm. Which prompted the Luis Rivera, the third base coach, to hold up Smoke.
So back-to-back hits after Sanchez had gone 7 1/3 of no-hit baseball.
Really good at bats in this inning by Schmoke, who was able to get a walk, and also the former Tiger Ezekiel Carrera, who singled to left field for the first base hit of the contest.
Not used to seeing a lot of base runners for the Blue Jays. They have 3 of them on now. Smoke, Carrera, Travis. Ryan Goins stands in. And Sanchez from the windup throws low, 1-0. Goins took over for Reyes, who was taken out of the game, and that snaps Reyes's hit streak that he had against the Tigers. He had a 21-gamer against the Tigers.
You talked about him earlier and just how well he had played against Detroit in his career.
No word on why he was taken out. And it's in there, a strike. 1-1 on Goins. Tigers seized command of this one with a 5-run fourth. The only other thing to consider here was the no-hit bid by Anibal Sanchez. The 1-1 lifted back out of play. Sanchez, of course, already has a no-hitter in his career. And his young Here's the 1-2. Off the plate, 2-2. Sanchez no-hit the Diamondbacks back in September of 2006.
Nearly no-hit the Minnesota Twins a couple of years ago before Joe Mauer broke up the no-hitter. Very late in the game.
Ripped to right field. That'll get down. A base hit. 1 run will score. They're going to try and score 2, and now holding up is Carrera as he hustles back to the bag at third.
And they're going to have to go get him now. He'll get one really nice standing ovation.
3 straight hits. Brad coming out. That's going to be it for Anibal Sanchez. And, well, as Sanchez walks off the mound, we're going to listen to 39,367 give him a huge round of applause. Wallside Windows pitching change.
Thing was a changeup, and this was probably a changeup that stayed up way too long. Every other changeup that Sanchez had thrown here tonight had been buried at the bottom of the strike zone. Just a nice approach there by Carrera, slapping the ball the opposite way.
7 1/3 no-hit baseball for Sanchez, but it goes by the wayside. And now the Tigers leading still by a healthy count. They're the final numbers. Well, they're not final yet, but the numbers to this point on Anaheim is still responsible for the runners on the bases as Wilson takes over. Donaldson stepping in now. 8-1 ball game. And Donaldson looks at a strike.
And Wilson, since coming up from the minor leagues, has inherited 16 base runners. 6 of those have come around to score. Otherwise, he has been outstanding up here. 1.70 ERA and a whip under 1. 24 strikeouts, 5 base on balls for Wilson.
1 ball, 1 strike.
And all of a sudden, this game can get tight real quick with the guys that are coming to the dish right now.
I was thinking the same thing.
And Donaldson and Bautista.
You've got 3 straight guys that have knocked in 50 or more runs this year, with the bags loaded. Off the end of the bat, foul. 1-2 on Donaldson. This night belonged to Sanchez most of the evening. Honeywell giving the Tigers exactly what they needed. The offense woke up tonight. And the 1-2. Bouncing ball back up the middle. Iglesias can't get it into center field. 2 runs will come around to score. Those will be charged to Sanchez, and now it's 8-3. Well, the final line's not going to look nearly as good as Sanchez pitched tonight.
No, it's not, unfortunately.
Well, the Jays are far from done, it appears. They have scored 3 times here in the 8th. Donaldson gets RBIs 53 and 54, and here's Bautista. Big swing by Jose Bautista.
Yeah, you want to make Bautista hit the ball the opposite way. No power in that direction for Bautista. Tons of power to left field. Make him hit the ball the opposite direction.
Drill down the left field line. Foul. It was a rocket.
Oh, he's got some bat speed now. He's got that high leg kick, and when he gets it up and gets it back down and he times it perfectly, the bat gets through the zone in a hurry.
Bruce Rondon starting to warm up now for the Tigers. Showed you that graphic a little bit earlier at the top. Hit speeds, and Bautista was on that list. Ball comes off his bat very quickly.
He will chase a breaking ball down and away with 2 strikes.
Didn't do it that time. 1-2 on Bautista. 32 of his 61 hits this year have been for extra bases. And had he not gone through an 0 for 25 stretch last month, he'd be having a huge first half. The 1-2. Oh, down he goes in a lot of pain. Honestly, sometimes I don't know how guys can even walk after this happens.
Right off the left instep. Slider at 87 hit right down at the foot off of Bautista.
So he'll shake it off.
Wilson came on, surrendered the 2-run single to Josh Donaldson. 3 runs have scored here for the Blue Jays.
Sanchez trying to get some energy back now, eating a power bar.
Bouncing in, 2-2. Bautista walk, strikeout, pop-up. Been on base now in 38 of his last 40 games. And the 2-2. Did he go? Oh, he did not. Oh. Andy Fletcher says no. It had to be really close.
About as far as you can go.
Sometimes you'll see that called strike 3, not that time.
Well, if you've got any confidence in that slider, you got to throw it again. May be too dangerous to throw a fastball here.
He lost it, ball 4. Wilson just missing, and now the bases are reloaded. It's going to bring Jeff Jones out. Hey, the Tigers conclude their weekend series with the Jays this Sunday at 1:08. It's Sunday Kids Day, and all kids 14 and under receive a free Ian Kinsler poster. If you'd like tickets, call 866-66-TIGER or visit tigers.com. Be the final game of this homestand before the Tigers hit the road for a week of baseball leading up to the All-Star break. So Jeff Jones has had his say with Wilson. 8th man to bat in the inning coming up, and that would be Encarnacion. Goins, Donaldson, Bautista on the bases. Encarnacion takes ball 1. Blue Jays fell behind 8-0 yesterday to Boston before they scored 6, eventually losing that game. High fly ball. Shallow center field. It's going to be Ghosts. And the runners will hold. Big out there, 2 gone. Apologize for some technical problems we have had here in the 8th inning. Working hard to get it fixed for you. Deoner Navarro, the 9th man to bat in the inning, will step in. There's a ball low to Navarro. He is 0 for 3 in this game. Fly balls twice and a ground out. Blue Jays need one more big hit here, and all of a sudden they're back in this game. It's a 5-run spread right now. Now Navarro steps out. Eight runs, 13 hits, Tigers. 3 runs, 4 hits, Blue Jays. Ball high, 2-0. Sanchez started the inning by walking Smoke. As you see Tepera warm up now for the Jays. And then with 1 out, the single by Carrera broke up the no-hitter, and the Jays have been pecking away since. drill to right center field. That ball is going to get down. It's going to split the gap and go to the wall. 3 runs are in. Navarro is on his way to second. He's got himself a double, and all of a sudden, it is 8-6. Boy, this Jays offense. They were dead just minutes ago. He's going to bring out Brad Ausmus. That's it for Wilson. He was roughed up. And we've got another pitching change. Here comes Rondon. We'll be back. Years in the making. Alex Morgan and Team USA taking on defending champ Japan. See who will be crowned champion. Coverage begins Sunday at 5 Eastern, only on your local Fox station and streaming live on Fox Sports Go. And looky what we have, Rod. We were given some USA jerseys right here. We got our names in the back and everything.
Our own personal jerseys.
Pretty cool.
Real nice.
Put yours on right now.
No. We still got a game to do now.
Yeah, all right. Well, it is a game all of a sudden, and Bruce Rondon has come out of the bullpen now for Detroit. Justin Smoak is up there, and believe it or not, he's the tying run. That'll get away from Avila, and Navarro will move to third.
And if you're Brad, you might want to consider getting Soria up.
And who would have thought that a couple of minutes ago?
Right.
Wilson came on, gave up a single, a walk, a fly ball, and then a 3-run double.
Yeah, one of the few times this year where Wilson really hadn't gotten it done when coming in out of that bullpen. But we told you that of the 16 inherited runners so far this year for Wilson, 6 of those had scored. Make that 9 now of 19.
There's a strike on Smoak, who didn't like that call. Here are the numbers on Rondon in the big leagues this year.
If you're Rondon, here's where you have to reach back for the most part and do what you do best, and that's get up to 98, 99 with the power fastball.
Smoak 458 with men in scoring position this year. Ball high, 2-1. What was once a laugher has now gotten a little bit interesting. More than that. It has made some folks in the Tigers dugout a little bit concerned here and worried.
This was a no-hitter when this inning began. All of a sudden, 5 hits on the board and 6 runs for the Blue Jays.
Smoak looks at a ball outside off speed, and now the count goes to 3-1. Not only was it a no-hitter, but it was an 8-0 no-hitter.
And Anibal Sanchez was absolutely cruising. And Soria now is up in the Tigers bullpen.
Here's the 3-1. He walked him. That's going to put the tying run at first base and the go-ahead run coming up.
And Tigers might send Jeff and Jones out to the mound or Avila out to the mound to buy a little time here to get Soria loose.
Pitch runner coming on now, and that is Chris Colabello. He will run for Smoke. Kevin Pillar. Strike one on Pillar. A 6-run eighth, and the Jays now with 2 outs have the tying runs on. Pillar batting for the second time in this inning. Driven toward left center field. It is sinking, but it's going to be caught by Cespedes. Well, the inning's over, but it's a much more interesting game. Tigers pitchers threw 50 pitches in the inning. It's now 8-6.
Sanchez about flirting with another no-hitter. Plus, we'll try to update Miguel Cabrera's status after he left the game with that calf injury. Plus, the thoughts of Brad Ausmus, Matt Shepard, and Craig Monroe inside the Coliseum Studios. Tigers Live immediately following the game. Mario and Rod, back to you guys for now.
All right, Justin, thank you. Hopefully you'll be talking about a win. Right now, it's still a 2-run game. Chris Colabello will take over at first base, and we've got a new pitcher as well. Ryan Tepera is on.
He was just called up from the minor leagues. 11 games down in the minors, 20 in the third inning, 22 strikeouts, 7 base on balls.
Tigers now lead at 8-6 as we go to the bottom of the 8th.
If you weren't with us earlier, we told you that John Gibbons, the manager of the Blue Jays, had to use 8 pitchers yesterday against the Boston Red Sox, therefore had to call up 2 pitchers from the minors before this game tonight.
First pitch popped up, shallow right field. Bautista's might be tough if it's fair, but it's going to go foul. Second baseman Travis was running out there as well. Tepera down at Buffalo had not allowed an earned run in his last 18 innings prior to his call-up. His job right now is to try and keep it a 2-run game and give their offense a chance in the 9th inning. John Gibbons has seen an incredible comeback tonight. His team was no hit for 7 1/3. And they actually had the go-ahead run at the plate in the top of the 8th. One ball, one strike. Castellanos. Tepera, a native of Lake Jackson, Texas. Up and in.
And pretty good fastball in 95 with that last heater.
Tepera was a 19th rounder in 09. Even the count now, 2-2. Anthony Gose with 2 hits waiting on deck. That'll get back out of play. Tigers had a 5-run fourth in this game to bust it open. They added a couple of more. They jumped out to an 8-0 lead. And then the highest scoring offense in baseball started flexing its muscles in the 8th, scoring 6 times, broke up the no-hitter. And had a few folks on edge before Rondon finally got that final out. That's drilled to left field. And Carrera goes back to the edge of the track, 1 gone. Well, in honor of this 4th of July weekend, Fox Sports proudly supports Folds of Honor and its mission of providing educational scholarships to families of military members who have been killed or disabled while serving our country. For more information, visit foxsportssupports.com. Here's Anthony Gose. 2 singles in this game for Gose and an RBI.
Nice game for Anthony. Playing against his former team.
Here's the 1-0. I don't care what anybody says. You've got to get charged up to play a team that you spend your career with in the big leagues, and they traded you away.
I would agree with that 100%. Although most players will tell you it's just another night.
Here's the 2-0. Had a healthy cut there, 2-1. Another mid-90s fastball from the right-hander Tepera.
Gose has really done a nice job with his top hand here this evening, getting on top of a couple of fastballs thrown by Hutchinson earlier in the contest. Had a really good swing at that last heater in the mid-90s as well.
Three and 1.
Anthony's going to get another one of those mid-90s fastballs right here.
Iglesias waiting on deck.
Ooh, good pitch. 90-mile-per-hour breaking ball. Dangerous pitch, too, with Gose and his speed and his ability to steal. Man, you got to have some confidence to throw that pitch in this situation.
That one dives low for ball 4. 1 out base runner for Iglesias. Sac fly with an RBI for Iglesias. Otherwise 0 for 2, hit a ball hard his first time up and lined into a 4-3 double play. Again, the other news of the night, Miguel Cabrera was taken out of the game with a strained calf, a left strained calf. He'll have an MRI.
If you're Iglesias here, you might want to take at least one strike to allow Ghost to attempt to steal second base to get himself down in the scoring position. And if you're John Gibbons, you might be thinking about a pitch out here, knowing that Anthony wants to steal second.
Instead of ground ball to third, that's a 5-4-3 double play. So, should took your advice. Let's go to the ninth. 2-run game. Our score.
I was in the studio with Shep yesterday, but we better win this one.
Why?
You know why.
I know why. Shep gets into it, man. Joakim Soria is coming on now to try and close this one down.
And Joakim, 17 of 19 in the save department this year. The ERA just a shade over 2.5. Fastball was a very good one the last time we saw him. He was getting up to 94 with really good off-speed pitches. Curveball, slider, and also changeup.
Josh Wilson at third as Carrera shows bunt and looks at a strike. So it was Carrera that broke up the no-hitter with a single in the 8th inning, which led to a 6-run frame. And now all of a sudden Soria, in fact, was warming up in the 8th. Joakim trying to get the final 3 outs. Bunted. Soria comes off to make the play, double pumps, but still has time.
And we told you that Ezekiel Carrera broke up the no-hit bid last half inning. Chevrolet brings you the high-strength steal. He stole the possible no-hitter from Anibal Sanchez with a solid single the opposite way on a changeup that stayed up in the strike zone.
Sanchez got a nice round of applause, though, and certainly deserved it. Was dominant through most of this evening. Devin Travis stands in. Jays need a runner here to bring the tying run to the plate. Soria wants none of that. Travis had a single as part of that big 8th inning. It'll get back out of play.
And you do not want to see that base runner, because one base runner would allow Donaldson to come to the plate, who has 19 home runs and a very dangerous bat. He's their number 2 hitter.
Yeah, no thanks. We'll pass on that.
We do not want to see Donaldson or Bautista anymore tonight.
1-2 on Devin Travis. Wilson and Rondon pitched in the 8th, and now Soria here in the 9th. Travis down on strikes. 2 gone. One more out to get.
He buried the breaking ball at the bottom of the strike zone. Avila able to pick it and apply the tag to Devin.
So here's Ryan Goins now with 2 outs. He's their last chance. Ball 1. With the score 8-0 and a no-hitter going in the 8th inning, the odds were slim that Soria would ever come into this ball game, but here he is, looking for that final out, trying to break the 3-game losing streak for the Tigers. And it's sliced back up the middle into center, a 2-out single.
And indeed, Josh Donaldson will come to the plate.
Cohen's second hits is coming on.
It's a 94-mile-per-hour fastball inside that Goins pulls his hands in nicely and hits the ball solidly and right back through the middle.
So here's Donaldson now, who's singled in 2 in the 6-run 8th.
And we told you about Donaldson in the leg kick earlier. Somehow, in some way, Soria has to disrupt his timing by throwing him something off speed.
One. 54 RBIs this year for Donaldson. Swing and a miss.
That's what I'm talking about.
He swung out of his shoes.
Donaldson is saying that Soria did not stop.
Look at that hook. 0-2. Runner going, and it's in the dirt. Avila blocks it, but to second base goes Goins.
We knew this Blue Jays team could hit. And they had a stretch this year where they won 17 of 22 games, and they were averaging 7 runs per contest. 22 games they went, averaging 7 runs.
Well, that's just silly. Here's the 1-2. Outside in the dirt again. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Goins was not given a stolen base. That was defensive indifference, moving the runner up. It's 8-6. The Tigers have the lead over the Blue Jays. 2 outs. Tying run at the plate for Toronto. Donaldson waiting on a 2-2. Now way too much time being taken, so Avila goes out to the mound as Donaldson calls time. Do not want to make a mistake to this fella. You don't want to get to the next guy either. Bautista waiting on deck.
And keep in mind that Josh Donaldson is an outstanding high fastball hitter, so that might not be the best pitch to go with here.
Foul away. How did this turn into a nail biter?
I don't know, man.
39,367. They want to see the final out. 2-2 on Josh Donaldson. struck him out. Well, we can take a deep breath. The Tigers hold on to win. Sanchez lost the no-hitter. Blue Jays scored 6 to make it interesting, but the Tigers win 8-6. We'll be back.